and I'll play a couple games. I usually don't play too many, but I'll play a couple games, and it's kind of cool because you can watch the way I micro and the way my screen moves and all that jazz. And I actually wish some pro players would use it. I know Grubby did it one time, and I wish more pro players would use it because it really doesn't lag you whatsoever, and it's a great program. And it's, in my opinion, it's more interesting to watch first-person views than to watch replays, because I like to watch how people play. But, so you take a look at this fight. He's fighting in my base just basically out of desperation, and, I mean, it's really not even a contest, because what I should have done is I should have bought that invo on my Demon Hunter and just ran in with my Demon Hunter. Not even used my other units, just to see if a level 5 Demon Hunter can kill everything. Because it does so much damage. Look at him, he even has a blindfold on. He doesn't even need to see. He just like runs in and does like Whirlwind from the Barbarian in Diablo 2. Just run in and Whirlwind and will kill everything. While evading everything, because everything misses him. See, my expo in the bottom is all messed up. And once again, I'm still at 50 food. Really see no reason to go over 50 food. 20,000. If you look at the mines in the middle, his mine has like 20,000 about, and mine has about just about 20,000 too. So me killing his expo that one time actually evened out the economy. So I've mined pretty much just as much gold as he has. And now that I have my second mine going up, I'm going to start mining more than him. And at this point, I should just shoot over 50 food and go for the kill. So you'll see I'm at 55 food, and I'm just making a bunch of units. Well, one Dryad now, but I should be making more bears, I think. And I'm creeping. Now, when I ran up to this top left mine, I actually expected to see another expo up here, but I didn't see one, and I was kind of surprised by it, so I just crept it instead. But I really thought I was going to see an expo there. Okay, so he has like 3 heal scrolls and 50. Oh, he has 67 food. He really shot up a lot. And I have 65 food, so I'm shooting up. But you'll see. Oh, one thing is, whenever you're going against a strategy, and especially when you're all the way across the map like I am, then just rally your units to your base, because they will get picked off every single time. You do the same thing against an orc. If you're playing against an orc and you're like all the way across the map, just rally your units to your base. Otherwise, you're gonna get like ensnared and raped. But going against Dryads is pretty much the same thing. And I didn't really need that mine. You see, I start to build another mine on the top there, and I just keep creeping my heroes. I could have backed up my DH to give my other guys more experience, but I guess I was just feeling lazy, I don't know. So I'm going to TP back and fight in my base. All my units are in my base. So I'm at 66 food, he's at 73 food, but 6 of that food is on the way, so it's a pretty even fight. Man, he dropped one of my bears before I even transformed it. That was pretty stupid of me. There, I popped the roar, and I put my Demon Hunter on his Naga, because seriously, that Demon Hunter does so much damage. If you put a little trick, and this works all the time in Night Elf Mirror, what you do is you put your Naga with frost arrows on his Naga, and you put your Demon Hunter on his Naga. So it stops his Naga from running away, and it does a lot of damage to his Naga. And that Naga, being an intel hero, does die relatively quickly. So that's a really good strategy in Night Elf Mirror. I didn't do it necessarily in that fight, but against really good players, whenever like it's really close game, that little trick can give you the advantage that you need to win the game. So that can help a lot. And then usually you can like finish them off with like a mana burn and a forked lightning or something like that. If you do both of those at the same time, it actually does a lot of damage. It does like 250 damage, something like that. Depending on how much mana he has, of course. But yeah, that's a really good strategy to kill his Naga. And take a look at hero levels. 5.5, 5.5 for him. I'm at like 5.5, 2.5, 4.5, give or take. I'm gonna run up to my last expo with my 60 food, and even though I am down in food, it doesn't really matter. you take a look at the upgrades. He has 2-1. I have 1-2. I'm not really sure why I got the defense upgrade. Usually what I do is I'll have my Hunter's Hall hotkeyed, and I just click it, and then I click WS at the same time, because W and S are the two they're the two lore upgrade buttons for me. So I'll just hit W and S at the same time. So sometimes I get the attack upgrade, sometimes I get the defense upgrade. It doesn't really matter which one I get. I usually try and get 1-1 first, and then the second one, I don't know. I just eventually get them both. So, and then I think this is going to be the last fight here. Demon Hunter's just going to work. I got really good position. Got my 4 Dryads out to keep them in the fight. Still that greater healing potion and an invul. So it's one of those things. It's like I dare you to focus my hero because you're not going to kill it. Another thing that I've been doing more recently is I'm not the best person with staff, and the reason I'm not the best person with staff is because I use custom hotkeys and I don't like moving my hand all across the keyboard. So I there he calls GG. But I just recently I have a Logitech G15 keyboard. It's like that keyboard that lights up and has like the programmable keys on the side. So I recently programmed those keys on the side to match up with my numpad. So I've been using those. I've actually been using them more for Dota than anything else. But because I've been using them so much for Dota items, like I've gotten used to using those G keys for my regular items. So so I've gotten better with staff and whatnot. But once again, I didn't use a staff that game. That's really a pitfall in my gameplay. I need to pick up on that. Okay, so against that strategy, the biggest thing is delaying his expo as long as you can, and then once you have the advantage, you either push his expo and make sure he doesn't expo again, because those Dryads will run over you, or you can expo yourself and just play the defensive game while you creep your Demon Hunter. And both strategies are really well. I went for the second of the two, but both do work well as long as you accomplish them effectively. Okay, so those are 3 audios so far. Okay, the next 2 are both on Turtle Rock, it looks like, and they're against some guy named Rotham. And I actually just saw this guy post a couple days ago in the member replay section. Okay, once again, this is on my Mi Vida name. People are going to ask me what Mi Vida means. Mi Vida, it means my life in Spanish. It's because when I was choosing with Shade's account name was My Life, and he was like, no, make a new account so we can go 50-0. So I made Mi Vida, because it means my life, which is what his account was. Okay, so get this paused at 2 minutes. My perspective, fog of war off, etc., etc. 2 minutes. The reason I picked 2 minutes is because that's when the hero comes out. And I don't really like to talk about build order and all that garbage. I like to talk about the more technical stuff because I think it's more interesting. But I mean, if you want to watch for build orders and stuff like that, then just watch replays and copy the replay. You don't need someone to tell you how to do that. Okay, so my phone's ringing. I'm gonna ignore it. Okay, so 2 minutes. I'm against Rotham on Turtle Rock. I'll label these as like Rotham Game 1 and Rotham Game 2 because I did 2 games with him. Yeah, do Rotham Game 1. Rotham Game 1, Turtle Rock. Keep it paused to 2 minutes. Take a look at my base build. I did a really standard base build. I built my altar and then I built my AOW up by those green creeps, and I started creeping. One thing is when you're trying to creep those green creeps with your AOW is you have to pull it back with your archer first, so don't immediately uproot your AOW. What you do is you attack it with your archer, pull the creeps back, and then uproot your AOW. You can watch pretty much any Night Elf replay, and you see it every single time, so it's not very hard to do. Then if you take a look at my base build, I'm blocking my wisps. The reason I'm doing this, the reason I'm blocking my wisps is because a lot of Night Elves on Turtle Rock, especially when it's close spawn, but this isn't close spawn, but a lot of Night Elves on Turtle Rock is they'll creep their little green, or they'll creep both greens, or they'll creep, the green and the orange, get level 2, whatever, but then they'll come hit your base before you hit tier 2 and kill all of your wisps. Just by blocking your base, you can stop that. But he's actually going bottom this game, which is why I picked it as an audio. and I'm going to talk about that. Okay.